Now we shall try to understand this artificial neural network. I plotted these all functions in one figure, Desmos. Now we shall try to understand what is happening in this picture if we change the parameter. We have how many parameters? Alpha 1, beta 1, alpha 2, beta 2, and uh, p. Sorry, tau 1, tau 2, and p. There are 7 parameters, I think. So alpha 1 and beta 1, which is making linear function when it is sending the signal from input layer to the hidden layer. And then hidden layer is making um, curved line after making the exponential function. So basically, if you change the alpha 1 and beta 1, what is happening? It is making, so alpha 1 and beta 1 is making the orange line, straight line, say straight line, orange line. And then that straight line is converted to a green line, which is little bit curved line. That green line is made in the hidden layer. When hidden layer converted the straight line into a log and exponential format, when it converts to that, I mean y11, hidden layer output, hidden layer profit, that is the green line. And this purple line, another straight line, which is basically the second um, um, signal from the input layer to going to the second hidden layer. So that is Z2, which is again a straight line. And then from the straight line, the green line is the line which is called Y22, which is made in the second hidden layer by converting again the similar way log and exponential transformation. That line has been drawn. So then adding the green line and then the red line with some weighted average, you can say, and plus adding the b, we are getting this dot 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 small dot 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 profit line, predicted profit line, and all dot black lines are say for example actual profit lines. So basically these small dot blue dot small blue dots are predicted lines which are very close to that actual, I think, black dot line. So what is happening when you change the parameter? Like for example, alpha 1 is the intercept term of this orange line, straight line, which is called Z1. So at this moment, alpha 1 is 4.62, which is basically here. 4.62 is here. So if you increase it, then it will increase. The intercept term will increase. When intercept term is increasing, alpha 1, you can see that all thing is changing. Everything is changing, but not the right hand side, not like purple and red line, because that is from second hidden layer. As alpha 1 is changing the orange line and orange line is changing the green line and green line also changing the final output. So alpha 1 changing in that way. Alpha 1 is changing initially, orange line just parallel shape because it is changing the intercept, increasing the intercept only. So then if you reduce the intercept, it is also going down. So intercept is somewhere else. So that is called, forth and back and forth, back and forth. To adjust like that, basically every parameter is basically chosen such a way, making such an adjustment, making back and forth, then it makes the final level of parameter, which is giving very close prediction to the actual point. And beta 1 is making the slope change of the orange line. Slope change. So if you increase it, the orange line will be steeper. Orange line will be steeper. You see that, and the green line will become also steeper. And that way, the right part of that predicted line becomes upper. Overall part becomes upper, but right part becomes further upper. If you make it down, then it goes down to the actual points, especially from the right hand side, like that. Because when you make it down, then orange line and green line becomes flatter and flatter, flatter and flatter. Okay, so when you change the alpha 2, then it will basically change this purple line and red line, and definitely also the predicted line. Alpha 2 will make the intercept of this purple line. So currently alpha 2 is minus 17, because if you go down, basically this orange line will touch this vertical axis something very low, where it is 17. Okay, 17.5. So something here. Okay. So basically alpha 2, if you increase the alpha 2, increase means decrease in the negative sign, then basically the orange, sorry, purple line shifts upward, um, and also the red line shifts upward, because increasing means negative will decrease. I mean, it going closer to the zero. So that means it shifts upward and leftward, we can also say. If you decrease it, means far from the zero, and basically intercept shifts rightward, and then figure goes rightward but parallelly, and then the predicted line become also rightward shift, going rightward from the predict actual points. Beta 2 will make the slope change and of this purple and red line. So when you increase the beta 2, the two lines will be steeper. When you decrease it, then two lines will be flatter. So the predicted will also be changed. So why does it happen? For example, beta 2 makings, increasing the beta 2, making that steeper. This line is steeper. So for example, red line becomes steeper. So that means red line becomes higher for a specific level of quantity size. Then the predicted line, the small dot in the blue color, becoming lower. Why? Because the weighted average become lower, because weight is negative. Basically, tau 2 is negative. Tau 2 is minus 1.98 for the red line, and tau 1 is positive for the green line. So when you put negative line, and negative means it is reducing, it is deducting from this positive weight. So when the red line becomes higher and higher, the deduction becomes higher and higher. So that's why ultimate predicted line becomes lower and lower. So that's why it goes below to the actual point. So that is the mechanism here. So again, we just change it. Now how tau 1 and tau 2 make the error? For example, tau 1, if you reduce the tau 1, then the left part will be lower. Overall part becomes lower. Overall part becomes lower. So when you reduce the tau 1, then weight on the green line becomes lower. And the relatively weight becomes lower, and that weight becomes more effective when it goes the right hand side. So that's the right hand side, the predicted line becomes further lower. In the case of tau 2, similar way it happens. Tau 2 mainly affecting the right hand side, because the red line basically it is 0 up to some point like 4 point nearly up to 5. There is no effect of red line. Red line is 0. So after that, basically when the profit is maximum, after that the red line is making its role. So that's how when increase the tau 2, it is affecting the predicted line in the right hand side mainly. Left hand side remains same. So tau 1 and tau 2 only changing directly to the predicted line, not changing this orange line or green line or purple line or red line. and also B. B is now also changing only the predicted line equally, because B is just adjustment kind of parameter, which if those alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, and tau 1, tau 2 makes any kind of adjustment problem, then basically B is making that role, just adjusting overall adjustment like. Okay. So this way, all parameters are estimated, and then those are estimated such a way so that this predicted line and actual points are very close. That is the ultimate thing. So this is artificial neural network. I think you have understood. I tried to make it clear as much as possible. Thank you for watching.